Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to another Cocoa Vanilla Studio Design Team project. Today I'm going to be making a card to celebrate World Card Making Day, which was on the 3rd of October. Every design team member made a card to celebrate World Card Making Day, and this was my contribution. So I am going to make a fun fold design card using the 6x8 paper pad. This paper pad is perfect for making cards. It's just the right size. All the patterns are sized down slightly so you can get the whole pattern on the one page. And I'm going to use this beautiful painterly line for the base of my card, and I've just trimmed off about 1.5 inches to make it the width that I am looking for. And now I'm going to go through and score my folds. So I have scored a line at 1 inch, and then I flipped the card over and scored again at another 1 inch. So I'm using my paper trimmer because I don't have a scoreboard, but if you have a scoreboard that would be ideal. But you can use a paper trimmer. I'm just using a paper trimmer and a blunt piercing tool, so it's not sharp, it's nice and blunt, and I'm not scoring too hard. So you want to score at 1 inch from the edge for your first score on the back of the paper, flip it over to the front, score another inch, flip it over to the back, score at 1.5 inches, then flip it back over to the front, score at 1.5 inches, and then flip it back over and do your final score at another 1.5 inches from the back side, and that should leave you with 2 even 1.5 inch folds at the back and one 1 inch fold at the front. If you're using the 6x8 paper pad, that will take up the entire 8-inch length, and you will have a 6 inch across the front if you don't trim the length as I have done. So I just wanted a card that was a little bit narrower to fit inside an envelope. So now I am going to go through and embellish my card. This card is very easy to do once you can work out the scoring, which is quite simple, and the folding. All you have to do is decorate, and you have those 3 different folds that you can decorate separately and build up 3 beautiful layers. Gives you a really nice dimensional 3D card that is super simple to make, but looks very impressive. So I'm just going through with the ephemera now, and I am building up some layers. I knew I wanted to add these little houses because I kind of wanted it to look like a little neighborhood surrounded by rainbows and gardens and pretty things. So I've added those 2 little houses at the back along with the rainbow and the sun peeking out the top from behind. I just love that layering there. I'm popping in that large floral cluster in the center. It's giving me a bit of a garden bed illusion, and another little rainbow there. You can never have too many rainbows in my opinion. Another little house just on the front here, and I pulled out some of the die cut titles. Unfortunately my card is just a little too small to fit any of those comfortably. If I hadn't trimmed the width down, it would probably fit just nicely, but I end up using that little favorite label, and that fits just perfectly at the front there. I'm tucking in a few more flowers here and there, and I am just tacking these on with double-sided tape for the moment until I'm happy with everything, and then I will go back in at the end and adhere everything down with a bit of a stronger glue. But for the moment I like to leave myself some wiggle room just in case I want to move things. So I'm popping in some of these little floral buds. I just love those sweet little die cuts, and these little tiny florals are perfect for filling in gaps. Just be mindful when you're doing this how wide your envelope is. So if you're going to give this as a gift in an envelope, make sure you leave enough room for it to fit inside the envelope. I'm going to go ahead and add 3 of these sweet paper flowers, and I'm just snipping off the stems with my scissors. They are really easy to cut, and I'm just popping those where I think I want them to go for now with a little ball of blue tack. So I will come through in the end and tuck them between the layers of ephemera and glue them in, but I just want to get an idea of where I want them to go to start with, so I'm just using a little ball of blue tack there. It actually worked perfectly, so that is a really good tip if you're designing your card or your layout and you're not sure where things are supposed to go. A little spot of blue tack really helps to design. I'm going to pop in 3 of these sweet little moths that I have fussy cut from the 6x8 paper stack. And I'm just placing those randomly, one on the little rainbows, one on the florals, and one on the little house at the top there. The last thing I'm going to do is pop in one of these sweet little puffy hearts. I just had to get one of these on here. They are just so lovely and soft and sparkly. And that is my card finished. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed this sweet little card. Close-ups are coming up, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Bye guys.